The CMF Watch 3 Pro is, in my opinion, not the best looking smartwatch you can get. It doesn't run your favorite apps either. However, for $99 and with a 13-day battery life, it's actually a really good choice for a lot of people, but not for everyone. Let's talk about it. In the box, you get the watch, a watch band, and the charging cable. The last 13 days, I've been using it, wearing it, thinking to myself, damn, when's this thing gonna die? One thing about this watch is it has great battery life, 13 days according to CMF, which is about how long it took for me to kill this thing from 100 to 0, and also one reason why it took me this long to do this review. Another good thing besides the long battery life is the fact that it is cross-platform. You connect this watch to both your iPhone or your Android phone is via the Nothing X app. Everything you do originally in the CMF Watch app, you can do here, including looking for your dial gallery, so you can figure out which watch face you actually want to play with. Go into the different settings, different metrics, different everything. There's a custom running coach you can set up if you really want to. There's a lot that you can do in this app. And as I said, the app is available on both iPhone and Android. One thing I don't really like about the watch is it's a little bulky for my liking. It's not gargantuan, but it is noticeably bigger than the CMF Watch 2, in my opinion. Also, it's kind of bland looking. And one thing that actually hurts it is the fact that the bezel is no longer removable or swappable like it was on the Watch 2. There are a ton of watch faces that you can choose from, and you can also generate your own watch faces within the Nothing X app thanks to AI, because AI is everywhere and it is the feature of the decade. And this is cool. You can record on the watch from your wrist, and there's AI that will transcribe it for you. So that's useful if you are a student or if you're in a business meeting. Please make sure you get permission to record people before doing it. That way you don't get in trouble. I'm going to try to keep it as real and down to earth as possible. On the Pro side, it's $99, which is cheap. And it's a great entry price for anyone who's looking for their first smartwatch. I never thought it was cheaply made. It doesn't feel like it's gonna fall apart, doesn't feel like it's gonna break. It has IP68 water resistance. It's a good build on the watch. However, as I said, it's a little bulky for my liking. So if you have smaller wrists, or if you're a woman, I know it sounds bad to say it like that, but this may not be the smartwatch for you. The one thing that actually really made me kind of angry about this watch is the fact that, as I said earlier, the ring is no longer removable. Now, for anyone who may have had the Watch 2, you will be like, well, why? I do like cool features like the swappable bezel. So that should have stayed on there. That was something that defined and made the CMF Watch 2 stand out from other budget smartwatches. And in my opinion, CMF should have kept that. Yes, the extra real estate is nice to have, but again, it's not a smartphone, it's not a tablet. I don't need a super big display on my wrist. I just need a watch with a decent size and some cool features like a swappable bezel. Everything else is going to be the same as it was on the Watch 2, however. You still get the crown, you can rotate to navigate menus and things like that. It's still going to give you a ridiculously long battery life, 13 days, as I mentioned earlier. The Nothing X app, which replaces the CMF app, still does everything you need. Connecting, device management, settings management, setting your watch faces, all that good stuff. But as I said at the beginning, this isn't for everyone. Myself, I jump back and forth, as mentioned, between an iPhone and Android. So I have an Apple Watch and a Pixel Watch. And it's not the devices, it's the ecosystem. And that's where this is going to suffer. You cannot download extra apps on it. So you're stuck with the basics, your stopwatch, your calendar, weather, etc., etc., etc. But if you need a special app like Ping ID in my situation, every time I go to log on at work, I can get that notification on my wrist, hit it, and it verifies my credentials, lets me log in. Boom. I can do that on my Apple Watch or my Pixel Watch or any Wear OS watch. Because this is a budget smartwatch, it's meant to do the basics, obviously. Tell your time, set your watch faces, and look good while doing it. And it looks good-ish while doing it, as I said, in my opinion. It's a little bulky, not the best looking thing. You may think differently. However, when I first got this watch, I took a picture of my receipt, put it on TikTok, and was like, look out for the review. One person mentioned as a comment, it doesn't run Wear OS, and that's the biggest reason for why I will not get it or will not consider getting it. And that is a good reason to not get it. Some of you may be thinking, well, duh, why would it? It's not meant to. I'm just pointing out, despite the fact that CMF, in my opinion, did a bang up job of getting a great value at this price point for this smartwatch, it's not gonna be good enough for a lot of people. For the iPhone users, Apple Watch is the way to go, because the Apple Watch is still gonna be resilient enough to swim, run, hike, all those good things. If the base Apple Watch doesn't do it for you, get the Ultra. Now, if you don't wanna spend $300, $400, $500, $600 or more, get a previous generation of the Apple Watch. They're all gonna be more durable and give you a better experience overall. For my Android users, the name of the game is customization and flexibility when it comes to the platform. You can have a Samsung phone and you can turn around and use a CMF Watch Pro 3. You can have a Samsung phone and turn around and use a OnePlus Watch 3. You can have a Pixel phone and use a OnePlus Watch 2, one of my setups. Or you can just have a Pixel and have a Pixel Watch, or you can have a Samsung and run a Galaxy, or you can have any other Android manufacturers and be within their ecosystem. But the thing is, you're gonna get a great experience. Whether it be the apps you can run, turn-by-turn navigation, better metrics, whatever, or in my case, a very specific app that I need to log in for work, you can get all of that thanks to Wear OS. So where does it leave this CMF Watch Pro 3? This is going to be for your aunties, for your grandparents who just want something on their wrist to give them some health metrics, because it's good at tracking health metrics and it's good at actually allowing you to do a lot of different sports that it will track. However, for people like me, myself, and not techies, just people like me who have an iPhone plus an Apple Watch or a Pixel plus a Wear OS watch, Pixel Watch, or who just actually need to be able to download apps on their phone and have it mirrored onto their wrist, this ain't gonna cut it. Which is one reason why it will be getting boxed up and sent back. Not because it's a bad watch, just because it's not something that I personally need. Made it this far, go ahead, like and subscribe. That way I can grow this channel, get more reach. It's free for you and it helps me out immensely. This has been Normal Consumer, and I'll catch you in the next one.